money making Monday.
It's money making Monday.
It's money making Monday.
It's money making Monday. I'm just trying to secure my paper. I'm on my grind, so fuck a hater.
It's money Monday, go get it. Go get it. It's money out there, go get it.
Well, creatively, I always have new ideas going on in my brain, okay? And I'm always trying to figure out what my next move is going to be while I'm in my current move. Right now, you know, I'm doing Chicago, but I have a television project that my husband and I have been working on for the last couple of years, and I'm hoping that they go ahead and green light it, that we're producing for somebody else. We have some other things for ourselves that we've been pitching and talking about. Actually, 2 different things like that. Possible opportunities. Possible music opportunities that have been presented. Because like basically I have some projects that it's gonna take a minute for them to be ready for the world to see, but in order for them to be ready for the world to see, I have to start sowing those seeds right now. Why you ain't even thinking about it? Why nobody's even thinking about it? So by the time y'all see it, y'all gonna be like, this girl don't never stop. But it basically is because like I'm always thinking about what's the next move, because I already know how people are. I know how the world works. The world is like this. What you've already done and what you hot for at this very moment, it's what you worked on last week, last year, last month, whatever, right? And it's now everybody's praising you for it. But if you get all caught up into the hype of right now and how you hot right now, but you ain't working on something, then you're gonna fall off tomorrow, because people forget tomorrow. They forget next week. They forget next month when that stuff is died down. A lot of times it takes a minute to get something going. So if you wasn't already working on something to come out like next, then that's gonna be a moment, a dead period, where people are just sitting around like, okay, well, what happened to them? When they gonna come out with something new? You know what I mean? Think about some of the people who were hot last year, right? They haven't had anything come out in some months. And even though may have been major last year, it's like, okay, well, yeah, like,
I think the other problem is
what they got going on?
People will say they're going to do something, like let's say they're on a show, and then you don't see it till like the next end of the next season. Like it takes people like a year or 2. They don't know how to say it and then do it right then.
So
Right.
how far ahead do you think people should plan ahead? How far?
That's a good
Like
question.
I've heard people say plan out your next 5 years.
You know, that's a good
Each
question.
project is different, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people say, you know, plan out your next 5 years. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've never planned ahead that far. Like, typically, I be on some right now stuff. So, like, I'm like doing it. Like, I'm in something, but I'm like, okay, like right now, okay, this is gonna take me until March, right? But, okay, I'm already trying to find some stuff that I'll be working and being able to do shortly after this ends. Now, not saying that those things will be public at that moment, but it'll be in the works. So by the time summer or within these next 6 months, it'll be some new coming. Okay, y'all, I have been holding this to myself for a minute. Todd and I, we are bringing the Old Lady Gang to the Phillips Arena. Yeah. We have our own line of makeup. Yeah. But I don't know, Jamie, you worked with me for a couple years now. You kind of know it's like, I'm like, let's go.
You're one, like I work with a lot of people, and you're one that you will say right then, but it's in motion right then, and it's probably going to happen within that month or 2 months. It's not let's start on a project and then now the website is up a year later.
I mean, some people don't like don't like the fact that I'm always like, it's like everything is being so last minute, or you seem like you're just rushing everything. But this is how I feel. Even when people, come here, boy. I don't know what you're doing. Even when people think that, like, we may know that we have something coming up next year, but for whatever reason, at least the people I'm around, they don't get to moving until they know the urgency is there. You know what I mean? It's like my team, it seems like they can make a miracle happen overnight. I'm always in go mode. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely a person that if I said that I was going to do it, I'm doing it. It's going to be done. Because I like to be a person of my word. I don't want anybody to, be like, oh, she always talking. It ain't never coming up with that.
Always coming soon.
I can't stand
A
the
coming
people.
soon person.
I can't stand a coming soon motherfucker. It's like, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have a couple things that may not come together like you planned. It may not work. But if you always doing that, please stop.
It works my nerves. I have to unfollow people that have logos and look at my t-shirt with the brand.
Coming soon.
And I'll never see it.
So what do you say to, because everything is being very just in the day, meaning it's hot for today and it's gone tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you say to people who want to do things but making them last until their next project or have,
it's hard to
things that have longevity, you know what I mean, to make it to your next thing.
It's so hard because I mean, even though we want things to have longevity, this is like a microwave society.
It is.
It's like they want it quick and they get over it quick. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you got to constantly have something new coming. And it doesn't always have to be something big.